this is an event type of a thing, and we will recover. And because of that, you just really need to ride out the storm. You don't want to be running into the storm to prepare for the storm while the storm's happening. So I've remained relatively quiet when it comes to the coronavirus or COVID-19, simply because it's dominating the news worldwide, so everyone has heard enough about it. But I did kind of wanted to do a video because I've been very busy. I haven't been able to do a whole lot of time, or have a whole lot of time to do videos, and I wanted to just kind of update everybody and kind of let everybody know what's going on with me. So I don't think I've ever said this on my YouTube channel, but I'm going to go ahead and reveal it under the circumstances. But I actually work in a hospital, and that's my main job. As far as gardening goes, that's kind of a secondary thing that I do that I enjoy doing, is more of a hobby. I do make a little bit of money through ad money, but that's about it. Anyway, as I'm sure everybody can tell, the last few months have been pretty chaotic. We've been fortunate here in northern Utah to have heard and seen in the news that the COVID virus was headed our way for some time, which gave us more time to prepare, unlike some other places like Italy and whatnot, in Spain and places in Wuhan, China. So we were fortunate enough to have a little bit of time to prepare for it getting here. So we're faring a little bit better, I think, but nonetheless just as chaotic, just as we're being quarantined just the same. Everything is pretty crazy, no one's working. So I am working. I'm working my behind off, and so is my crew at the hospital. So I won't mention which hospital it is. They have nothing to do with my videos, so we're not going to say that. But I'm a director in this hospital, so I have quite a few responsibilities there. And with regards to COVID, I wanted to do a video in part about it, just to kind of talk to everybody about it and why us gardeners aren't as fearful or may fare better than some people when it comes to this. Well, it's springtime. It's perfect time when it comes to this because we've got a grocery store in our backyards, and that's why we've got all the herbs and summer crops. We're growing them indoors, getting them started. I already have a lot of tomatoes up. I've got a lot of squash, watermelon, cantaloupe. I've got all kinds of things already coming up, not to mention my perennials. And cold weather crops are already up and harvestable at this point, so I'm able to eat out of my garden, and that can be a benefit in times like this. So, and that's mainly because we're not working, we're being forced to stay in our homes. Not everybody had a whole lot of supplies and stuff in their homes, which caused everybody to want to run out to the stores and just empty them out, and they did for the most part. It happened. And that forced other people to really consider the next few months and what may come to be in the next few months. I don't think we've seen it fully play out yet. I think that is still rippling out through the world. With that in mind, I just wanted to kind of talk to everybody about it. I hope everybody out there is doing well. We're doing okay here in northern Utah. I'm not we got enough warning that I think that we'll fare okay, considering the rest of the world and some other places in the world. with that, if you're watching this, I hope you guys are doing well and doing okay. Now is a good time. I don't want to preach to the choir and beat a dead horse, but this is the purpose of my YouTube channel, or one of the purposes is to be self-sustaining, grow your own food. I don't have to run out to the store and get vegetables and stuff. I've got them growing right now, and some of them even growing indoors. So I want to encourage everyone to do that, especially now. It's getting to be springtime. We don't know if this is going to last through the summer. In fact, the consequences more than likely will draw out even into next year, if not longer. So, as far as me being quarantined to my home would be, that'd be a vacation for me. I know that money would obviously be an issue, and it's an issue for everybody in the world, but to go out in my backyard and spend weeks in the garden getting it ready for the summer and the spring would be awesome, if you ask me. Unfortunately, in my line of work, I don't think I'm getting any kind of a break, I don't think I'm getting any kind of a break anytime soon. So I'm going to put a lot of energy into my garden this year. I'm going to dump a lot of compost. I'm really going to weed, try and work on eliminating the grass, and just put a lot of energy into it. Since we can't really go out, we can't really do much. What better way to spend my time than growing a harvest for the year of food and vegetables? Unfortunately, the reaction of all the people was to rush out and get toilet paper, and then you see the stores empty, and then that caused a lot of people that were being calm about all of this to have to be forced in a situation to consider, well, the stores are going to be empty, what are we going to do for the next few months? And I think that kind of made everybody worry a little bit. One of the Native American plants that were used as toilet paper is Comfrey. Comfrey is a very good weed. It grows easy. It's a tap root. It's comes back every year. It would be perfect right now if you had a shortage of toilet paper. Now, I know a lot of people would look at that and be like, no, but in an emergency situation, you could use that. Yeah, I'm not necessarily a prepper, but I do believe in having a stash, or a backup plan. This isn't the first time I've lost power for weeks before. I had a windstorm one time that knocked out power for over a week in the dead of winter. All kinds of, not just power, gas, other things, other problems. And we were just in the cold for over a week with nothing. And so I've learned over the years that it's good to have an emergency stash that will get you through that. And that's one reason why I garden, is because, first of all, you get better nutrients within the food. It tastes great. It doesn't have to travel very far to get to your home. I've already got onions. I've got spinach growing. I've got radish coming up. There's all kinds of things, cool weather crops that are coming up already that I don't necessarily even need, but as the upcoming weeks into the next months, I may. You can do onions. Onions are coming up. Spinach, all the leafy greens, kale, spinach, all of them. They're all coming up. They're all ready to go. You can do radishes. So there's a lot of cool weather crops that are actually attainable right now. So it happened right at a good time. But and then as soon as it's starting to warm up here, and because of that, in the next month or so, I'm going to start the summer crops. I encourage everyone to garden, grow your own food, and let's make the world a paradise, 1 yard at a time.